morning, folks. Here with Chuck, and this is going to be my first time trying to catch steelhead.
It's a little early in the season, but there's definitely been a couple of steelhead caught
Right?
within the last couple of days. So, and that was actually out west. So we came out east, hoping there's going to be a couple of steelhead in here.
Show me the rig we're using.
So this is my set with mono. We want mono line for steelhead. You don't want braid because the steelhead fight so hard. You want to have that stretch.
Right.
So we have mono hooked on here. Basically, what you're gonna do is grab your snap, hook your lure on, and actually, I might switch that out to a swivel.
Okay.
We run them without the swivels on some of the bandits sometimes because it just gets a different action.
Right.
So we're going to put that on, put it in the rod holder there.
Yep.
And then once it's in the rod holder, you got your lure on, you hit this button here, drop that down to the water, lock it, and then you're going to zero it out. That way you know you're zero at the water.
Right.
And with steelhead, generally they're going to eat in the first 4 to 6 foot of the water column. There are, other times where they're biting off the bottom, but generally I do my best up top. So we're going to run these 12 to 20 foot back.
Okay.
That's a flicker shad.
Yep.
I do have the dive chart in my box. I run bigger ones for walleye.
Yep.
But I've never tried them for steelhead. But I figured this year, throw it on there and see what happens. And the other one, the other one that does great is actually the Quickfish.
Yep, I got that.
So those are the Quickfish 11X. The black and glitter. It's a great lure. I will tell you this. I caught probably, 50 steelhead on that same lure. And then one steelhead took it away. That's my backup. I have yet to catch fish on that one.
Huh. Right on.
But today we're going to change that.
All right. Well, we're going to shove off and start trolling. We are rigged up, and I got the flicker shad about 12 or 13 feet back. We're going 1.7. Is that a good speed? What speed do we want to be going?
Generally about 1.6 to 1.8.
Okay.
We might speed it up a little bit just because it's early in the season.
Okay.
But we'll see what they like. How deep are we? We're only 8 foot here.
Yeah. Is there a specific depth you look for, or does it matter?
No.
Just had a beaver go back underneath. He had his head popped up. I'm surprised he didn't slap his tail. That's his home. Look at that. It's a nice little den in the works. There's another one. That's not the same one. Couple immature bald eagles, I think, here. One just flew off. You suppose they know something we don't? We could hope.
Yeah. Point us to the fish.
Yep. Where are they at?
Those marks.
So on this drop off, we're seeing some good marks. There, and maybe some bait fish out here, but that was interesting. It kind of flattened out there, just right on that seam there.
Oh yeah, baby.
Did you get a good look at it?
Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
Size?
That's a nice fish. Oh, watch that stick. Yes.
I got my first steelhead. Nice. That was fun. Very cool. That is a cool critter. Yep. Hello, Thrasher. Yep. You said they would do the death roll. Alright. First steelhead.
Oh, there
Them actually goes. Nice. We were putting them back anyways, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what was our speed on that one? Do you remember?
That was about 1718.
Okay. And the counter here was at about 13 feet back, 13 or 14. So those little details, I guess, to help you replicate it and keep moving at that speed. So Chuck, how many of the rivers that flow into Lake Erie here have steelhead in them? I mean, is it all of them, or?
Well, it pretty much is all of them, all of the rivers and creeks. Now, some rivers they actually stock, or most rivers they stock. Some rivers they don't, like the Cuyahoga, they don't stock. But they're talking about building a stocking program now because they just removed the dam upriver.
Right.
So the fish actually have a habitat to survive.
Right.
But I mean, even something from the smallest little creek that runs in, you'll find a steelhead run up it. All the way from, Western Basin all the way to Eastern Basin. Erie, PA is great for steelhead.
So this is September 20th is way early.
September 20th is pretty early for steelhead.
Yeah.
I feel like my gut told me that I should fish for them last week.
Right.
But I came out here a month ago because I heard somebody caught a steelhead off of the mouth, or out from the mouth, so I figured they were staging.
Right.
And I didn't get one. So I guess I was a little butthurt, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to go do that again and go early. But
our water temp is, what is it right now on the depth finder?
Our water temp is 67.6 degrees.
Okay.
And that is at the surface, of course. A couple of the guys around here actually carry a rubber-coated thermometer.
Right.
So that they can drop it down in the holes and actually see the water temperature underneath.
You guys hook any more?
Just the one.
Doesn't seem like they're down there.
Yeah, they're right here.
Yeah.
Just got one earlier and I just saw one move again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was right up here.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just got one over there too. I saw one move up top.
All right, Chuck, it's been a very full day. I'm really glad to have caught my first steelhead out here.
Oh, yeah.
You were telling me early on how, like, people say, yeah, it's too early to be out here doing this. Like, it needs to be cold. It needs to
Right.
be,
Mid-October, late October.
All right. So here we are, September 20th, and you know, we got a nice steelhead, and
It
it's going to
jumped
get
out.
better.
It jumped out of the boat before we could get a measurement on it, but I would assume it is probably somewhere at least around 24 inches, which is a
Right.
nice steelhead. And on top of that, we've seen probably 20 or more rolling on the surface
Right.
and chasing minnows. So they're definitely in here. Maybe they're in here early, maybe not. At the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is the best way to predict the future is to create it. So if you just follow, what's supposed to happen, you're gonna miss the miraculous and the magical moments. So, Jeff's only here for a couple more days, and then he has to go back. So he's gonna kind of possibly miss the steelhead season if he can't make it back. So I really wanted to get him on a fish, and that's what happened. We went to the Grand River. Grand River is a lot more space, and it's out east where the steelhead should be. Spent most of the day there trolling back and forth, and not even a bite. Seen a couple other guys caught a couple of steelhead, so I knew they were here. And then a buddy of mine told me that he caught a steelhead and lost 2 other ones. So I looked at Jeff. Jeff looked at me. He's like, "Do you want to make a move?" I said, "Hell yeah." So we jumped in the truck and we drove 45 minutes to Rocky River. We launched right over there. We were out here maybe 10 minutes
Right.
before Jeff got his first steelhead.
Yep.
And it was awesome fish. It put up a really good fight, jumped out of the water, and just really made the day a success. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoy the adventure.
Awesome.
See you next time.
Appreciate it, Chuck.